had quite the dream last night. It was November 26th, the release date of Volume 1 of Stranger Things Season 5. I sleepily, groggily browsed Twitter to see that we had been queerbaited. Once again. Mike, not gay. Will and Mike, ambiguous, to say the least, minus the fact that there was a shot of Mike tenderly holding Will's face. And I remember thinking, oh god damn it. It happened again. We were queerbaited. And then I realized, wait. Volumes 2 and 3 are out. We're still cooking with gas. And then I awoke and I realized that maybe doing my Stranger Things Season 5 bingo sheets at an ungodly hour before I went to bed maybe wasn't the best choice in the whole world. But I made them nonetheless. So let's explain how I'm doing this in comparison to other people. First of all, here are both of my bingo sheets. I have a 5x5 of my ride or die theories, and a 3x3 of really theories that I don't think will happen that other people really like, such as Eddie will be alive, so therefore I phrase it as Eddie is not alive. So if I'm wrong and then somehow he's alive, my bad. Which is where we get into our rules. Any theory I have is correct, that is 1 point for me. I'm also guessing volume number on my 5x5. If a heart symbol is on a square, that I believe it will happen in volume 1. If there's a spade symbol on a square, that means I believe it will happen in volume 2. And if there's a star symbol on a square, that means I believe it will happen in volume 3. Therefore, if I also guess volume number correct, I get another point. I get 2 points if I get a bingo on my 3x3, and 3 points if I get a bingo on my 5x5. I get 1 point knocked off if one of my 3x3 theories is incorrect, and 2 points knocked off if I get a fully incorrect bingo on my 3x3. A bingo point addition is added on to points for the individual points for each correct theory. Let me explain, because I know that kind of sounds like I understand those words individually, but not together. So, let's say in a row in my 5x5, I get every single one correct. So, a row of 5. Then I get 5 points automatically because each of those theories is correct. Plus an additional 3 points because it's a full damn row I got correct. And I gotta give myself kudos where kudos is due. The total possible points I can get is 99. And the lowest possible points I can get is negative 25. My goal is to get 50 points. I don't want to go too high with it. Let's just try our best. That's the goal. I've given myself some easy ones, which are my free spaces, which on the 3x3 is Eddie is not alive, and on my 5x5 is Hopper is a selfish asshole. Other than that, every single theory I have is randomly put on the chart. I am choosing to not over-explain at this point in time why I have the theories I do. Not only do I not want to jinx it, even though I know everything's already been filmed and edited, but I more so don't want to shoot myself in the foot. If I'm completely wildly wrong about something, I want to be able to keep it to myself a little bit. And also this gives me a better chance of actually getting points. If I'm too specific, then I'm less likely to get an actual point with it. So with that, let us begin with my 3x3. Theories that other people have that I don't like so much, and I'm going to be loud about it. First row. Stancy is not endgame. No Vecna redemption, and Steve does not die. I've seen so many people over the years go, Steve's gonna die. No, he's not. Second row, Callie / number 8 does not return. My free space, Eddie is not alive. And Maleven is not endgame. My third row is Will is not still trapped in the Upside Down. Dustin does not die, similar to the theory that Steve's gonna die. And Flickergate does not happen. Flickergate is the sort of theory that in Season 1, Episode 1, when Will bikes away from Mike's house and we see Mike's garage lights flicker, that's, I believe, like Mike and Will kissing in the Upside Down, and that has something to do with that. Now, the big one. My 5x5 beautiful baby girl. Remember, If there's a heart on a square, that means that I believe it will happen in Volume 1. If there's a spade, that means I believe it will happen in Volume 2. And if there's a star, that means I believe it will happen in Volume 3. If the theory happens but not in that volume, I'm still giving myself a point. It's just that I get 2 points if both the theory happens and in the volume that I think it is going to happen. Now let us start with row 1. Holly goes missing in Volume 1. Steve and Dustin have a heart-to-heart in Volume 2. I believe this will happen in a sort of early to midway point in Volume 2. I'm not putting points on that. That's just me adding a bit on to my theory. I believe that Robin will silently clock Mike with a look. I'm guessing that look will be to Steve or Will, but I can also see it being to Jonathan. I'm not fully sure. We'll see what happens. Lonnie flashback and Lover's Lake gate. I'm not referring to the literal gate to the Upside Down within Lover's Lake. I'm referring to the theory that Mike and Will have some sort of communion of their romance at Lover's Lake gate. I'm not too sure what it would entail. A lot of people are like, they're gonna kiss at Lover's Lake. I'm not fully sure. I just want to see something happen. That's what I'm saying. My second row is Mike will initiate Byler in Volume 2. In Volume 3, there will be a Lumax movie date. I also believe that the upside down dust will be explained further. I want to explain what I mean by this. In Season 4, the Russians have that sort of moving dust that we then discover goes into the Demogorgons. We also see that Vecna is able to control the upside down dust to become the Mind Flayer. I think furthermore to the last scene of Season 4, where we see all of these plants with this sort of wispy dust on them, similar to what we've seen earlier in the season. So I think that dust has to be explained more, and I would really, really like it to be. I believe Birthday Gate will happen. I have a thread on Twitter talking a little bit about Birthday Gate and sort of the themes of memory within Stranger Things. Birthday Gate is basically the theory that the characters of Stranger Things are beginning to forget more and more about Will because of Vecna's influence. I also believe that in Volume 3, Murray's gonna write a fuck-ass book. I was trying to think when I was coming up with my theories, like, what's gonna happen? And I thought, like, he's gonna write a fuck-ass book. He's gonna write a book about it, and he's either gonna become really famous for it, or people are gonna think, holy shit, this guy's crazy. He needs to be locked away. My third row is Will comes out to Joyce, Jonathan, or Robin in Volume 1. I think because we've seen the leaks, not like video leaks, but people just who've seen Episode 1 talking about Episode 1, where Robin and Vicky are making out, Will sees them, runs away. I think it's inevitable that Will has to come out to at least Robin. So I'm putting that there. He's kind of come out to Jonathan. We kind of saw that. But I do expect that more will happen because of that conversation where Jonathan says, I wish you came to me to talk to me and get advice from me more. So I think that he'll probably talk to Jonathan. I think he'll probably talk to Joyce. I think at least one of those will happen in Volume 1. I also believe in Volume 1 there will be a Will fake death/death scare. I think it will be in the last episode of Volume 1 to be more specific, but I'm not putting any points on that. I just think that's gonna happen. I would love to see it happen as well. I want the angst. I want the angst. My free square for my 5x5 is Hopper's a selfish asshole. He's been a selfish asshole at least once in every single season, with the exception of Season 4, and I expect him to do it again. From everything we know, he's gonna do it. So I'm not scared about that. Not getting that one at all. Max doesn't say blind or injured. I'm doing this based off of, like, the leaked Lego sets, and yeah, I know people are like, I hope she stays blind so we have a disabled character. They're not gonna keep her blind. Come on. I also believe that in Volume 1, Ted's gonna die. Sorry. R.I.P., you little shithead. In my row 4, I believe that Elle is going to sacrifice herself in some regard in Volume 3, so the last episode. I'm loose on how I'm defining sacrificing on purpose. The main ideas I had were dying, trapping herself into the Upside Down to save her friends, or some sort of turning herself into the government type of thing, but it could totally become something else. I have reasons why I think that's the case, but I'm going to make a separate video after the whole series is out, going back to these bingo sheets. So, we'll be alright. I think We're Alone Now is going to be used in a tense scene and not a romantic scene. Everyone thinks it's going to be a romantic scene. I think it's not. I think the concept of I Think We're Alone Now reminds me of, in season 1, Every Breath You Take. Are you mind-melding with me? Do you hear what I'm saying? Or at least, or if it's a romance scene, they're not alone. Like, Vecna's watching them or something. That's what I think. I think Volume 2 is going to be the Byler kiss. I think it'll be towards the beginning of Volume 2. Kill me, kill me. I do believe that in Volume 3, Vicky's going to die. I was originally going to make a whole video talking about this, and then I thought, that's not worth it. I'm not going to do that. So, I'm throwing it into here, into my Stranger Things Season 5 theories. We'll come back to it in January and see, was I right, was I wrong? Regardless, I'll let you know. And then the return of the Mind Flayer in some capacity. I don't feel like that bitch was fully unpacked, especially now that we know the dust forms it. Like, I'm sorry. That makes this like an indestructible monster. Oh, you killed it. Well, Vecna can just bring it back. Come on. And then for my 5th row, Derek's gonna be possessed. I want to see that kid be possessed. Sorry. Might crash out. I think this will be late Volume 1 and or early Volume 2. If it's either one of those, I'm giving myself an extra point. I haven't decided yet if it's both, if I'll give myself 2 extra points. We will see. I think I have to. I think, more specifically, that Mike's crash out will be in relation to Will death scare / Will fake death. Are you with me? Are you with me on the angst? Are you with me? You better be with me. You better be with me. I think Mike is finally gonna go into the Upside Down. I want to see that boy in the Upside Down. I need that. With everything he has encountered, well, again, back to the Twitter thread I made. I need him to go to the Upside Down. I need to see it happen. Put that boy in there. Put him in. I also think Will has fire powers. I don't really have any evidence to back this one up. This is kind of like the Murray writes a fuck-ass book theory, where I want it to happen. I want it to happen very badly. Also, Mike crash out. I want to see Mike crash out. I want to see Will have fire powers. Give it to me. Give it to me now. And then my final theory is for Volume 3, which is Will created the Upside Down as a coping mechanism, specifically in relation to trauma and stupid fucking Lonnie. Thank you. We are going to check back in on this. I wanted to release this before any of the series is released, so therefore knowing if in the case that I do really well and I get a lot of points, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you cheated. No, I didn't. I'm releasing this on Volume 1 Eve. So don't fuck with me. Do not fuck with me. I know what I'm doing. And we'll check in January and see what I'm doing. After Volume 1, I will very likely post on my Twitter and Tumblr little updates on how I'm doing on the bingo. But we're really gonna unpack it in January once the series is fully released. I also, if you like my content, I am starting to work on a video about what is television and talk about, are series like Stranger Things actually television shows or are they something else entirely? I have a survey that I'm going to show on the screen and put in the I thing, if I'm able to, and put in the description. I would really, really love if people would fill it out because I'm trying to get as much feedback on that as possible so I can make the video the best I possibly can. And with that, happy Stranger Things Volume 1 Eve, my fine feathered friends. We will see each other on the other